more than just the diet and the Sabbath, right? It's more than oh man, I just went off and now I'm like trying to retract everything I just said. Anyhow, all right, let me just go. So we understand that the love one another as you love yourself. Now let's go to the next thing. As much as I don't want to hear it, we have to. The bad news is we have to always show love to your brother, and this is what we was going into. This is what I was going into. So, you know, so we should like not do like this world showed us, and and even though it's hard to get along with people, I know. Are you there? All right, all right. So even though we live in this world where it's hard to get along with people. We always have to get along with people. This is what the laws are telling us. So as you can see, brother Benjamin and I, we out here trying to minister to people. That's a form of showing love. Sometimes if you notice, I like to give financial advice to brothers and sisters that need help. That's a form of love, even though it doesn't seem that way. It is. You know, any way you can help somebody else, if you can do it because you're commanded to. If you have, you give. That's pretty much what we're commanded to do. Now, let's go up to 1 John 3:17.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 17. But
Read that slow. Go ahead.
whoso, but
Mhm.
whoso have this world's good, and see if his brother have need, and shut up his bowels of compassion for him.
You see that?
How dwell,
You see what they're saying right there? Read that again.
but
That's important.
whoso have this world's good, and see if his brother have need, and shut up his bowels of compassion for him.
You see that? You hear what that means? What good is it if you have and your boy don't? If your brother doesn't, keep going.
How dwelleth the love of God in him?
You see that? How are you gonna say you love God and you see your brother struggling? Keep going.
My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. And hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before him.
Bottom line, we are commanded. If you have, give. Open up that. Keep going. Keep going. That finished. That was the whole thing.
For if our
Finish
heart
up.
condemns us, God is greater than our heart, and knoweth all things. Beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then have we confidence towards God, and whosoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight.
See that? So how can somebody, how can somebody say they love God if they can't even give a compliment to their brother? How can somebody say they love God if they can't even say good morning? Like just the simplest things. You know, some of us can't even forgive, right? The neighbor. Some of us can't even do none of that. Let alone, you ever been to the supermarket and somebody's asking for $1? Do you give them the dollar? Something to think about, right? So things like this, if we continue to not love our brothers, all of us is gonna get a rule. I do it myself. This is why I'm doing this lesson. I gotta remember, you know what I mean? This is not something that I'm teaching because I'm not perfect. This is something I have to learn myself. Because if we don't come to like get this right, we're gonna all come for a rude awakening, because when when Yahushua returns, if we wasn't loving each other, we messed everything up just for that simple law right there, right? But let's go back into the law real quick. Let's go back. Am I right? Let's go back to the law. Leviticus 19, 16, and 12. Sorry, Leviticus 19, 16, and 17. Watch this, guys. Now we're gonna go into a little. I'm gonna show y'all something.
Leviticus 19 and 16,
16,
brother?
Leviticus 19, 16, and 17.
17. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer
You
among
see
thy
that?
people.
You see that? Don't go out there gossiping. Keep going.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
You see that? Don't even be out there holding grudges. Keep going.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So it goes a little bit more. You still, again, don't 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 hold those hard feelings. Don't condone that. Don't instigate more hard feelings. Keep and even so, even more, to get into that real quick. Do you mind going to Ezekiel? I'm gonna give you a precept to that. Ezekiel 33 and 8. I'm just letting the Bible
This is
talk. I
the
don't know if y'all
this is
understand that.
the
Mhm.
this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 8. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way. The wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
I'm sorry, I got kicked. But if I'm not mistaken, it went along with the.
Yeah, I read it again.
All right.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 8. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
So you see that? So that's going back to the neighbor in the. It's going back to this, how we're gonna treat our neighbors as well. If you notice that your neighbor, you have a problem with your neighbor, we're supposed to tell them that they're wrong, and if they're doing wrong, if you know the truth, you know the laws, you gotta let them know, because if you don't, where's the love in that, right?
God.
Go to First John 2. Now, if you notice, I'm not much of a speaker. I'm using these verses to speak for me. First John verses 2, 9, and 11.
This is the book of First John, chapter 2, verse 9.
And I'm bringing this out because they're gonna show you two types of people. There's only two types of people in this world, all right? Not in this book, so to speak. And here we go.
He that saith he is in the light and hateth his brother is in the darkness, even until now. He that loveth his brother abideth in light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
See, I like that brother. I like that second brother. God bless that brother. There should there
God.
should be more. There should be more brothers like this. You know what I mean? That second brother. But let's talk. Let's go back and let's finish that off so we can go back to see what's going on with that other brother.
But he that hateth his brother is in darkness,
You
and
see that?
walketh in
The
darkness,
hater, the hater's in darkness. He can't see. Keep going.
and knoweth not whether he goeth, because the darkness have blinded his eyes.
You see that? The hater is so blind. So you don't want to be the hater. Don't hang out with the hater. The hater's so blind. They're so worried about it. They don't even know where they're going. They all, you see? The Bible says it right there. It says it's clear as day. The hater can't see where he's going. They don't know they're heading for the fire. So I'm praying for them. I'm praying for the hater. That they get forfeited from that. You know, that they come back to this. I want them to be like that first brother we spoke about. That I was like, yeah, you know. But let's go to this proverb real quick. Proverb 22. Look what happens when you hang out with the hater, bro. This is the truth. The Bible speaks.
So,
Proverbs number 22.
Book of Proverbs, what? Chapter 22?
Yeah, you don't have the. I gave you the precept list, right?
Nah, you didn't.
Oh crap! Hold on, let me
Nah, just go. Let's go with it. 22 on what?
forget the. It was a. Keep going down. Keep going down. Keep going down. It's gonna say you're looking for the blind man. Right? Keep going down. Hold on. Right there, number 22.
What
22. Proverbs 22.
hold on one second.
Number 24 and 25. 24 and 25.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, and at verse 25.
24, 25.
Oh,
Bring it out.
24. Fuck you. Make no friendship with an angry man.
With what?
Make no friendship with an angry man.
You see that? That's that second guy. That's that hater. Remember, keep going.
And with a furious man thou shalt not go.
You know, don't do that because there's these type of people like to start problems, right? You got the haters. You got the people that goes out. They're gang members, right? And let's be real. They out there. They doing things, bad things for no reason. Scammers. You know what they call that, right? Let's finish that off.
Lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul.
See that? You spoke about the spirits, and nonetheless, you learn their ways. You don't want that. You don't want that to affect your soul. Your soul will be hindered just for hanging out with haters, just for hanging out with those angry people. You know, oh, it's cool, it's them. You know, it's not me. But yet you're following them around. You hyping them up for all the stuff that they do. You putting the blind eye, a deaf ear to that, right? Ignoring all the dirt that they do. So what this is called you are following a man, which is another doctrine. You're putting man before a book, right? That's what that is. So let's repeat that last reason why you don't want to do that.
Con. Lest thou learn his ways and get a
And
snare
get
to thy
there
soul.
and that soul. All right.
Bring it out.
So
Bring it
so
out.
so let's go. Don't roll with the haters. Go to First John. I'm sorry, brother. I mean, I get a little like,
Bring it out.
but
Bring
yeah,
it out.
yes, that's called homeboy syndrome, man. Don't even follow. Don't follow those homeboys, man. That's gonna bring. That's it. First John 4:18 to 21. Let's get
This is the
deeper. I'm
book
gonna get
of
deeper. I'm bringing it out.
this
First
is the
John
book
4.
of First John, chapter 4,
Mm-hmm.
verse
Mm-hmm.
verse
18 to 21.
18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear have torment. Fear hath torment, he that feareth is not made perfect in love.
Mm-hmm.
We love him because he
You hear that?
first
You
loved
hear that?
us.
You hear that? It's telling us. It's what it's telling us. Is to let. Keep going. Keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going. Shalakia. Shalakia.
We love him because he first loved us. If a man saith, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he have seen, how can he love God, whom we have not seen?
You see that? So let's start with. Let me go back real quick. Let's get to. Let's read 20. Where we at 20?
Yes, sir.
So we got to let all of this other stuff that we believe go, because look, God loved us first. The Most High loved us first, and then He sent the Christ, and Christ loved us first. So we supposed to put them first and do what they said, right? And they told us to love our brother. Think about
Uh,
that, right? But these haters, they claim they love the Most High, right? But how could they say they love High? Look, they can't even love a God they can't see. They hate you right in front of your face. They can't even love. They can't even love unless God is physically over their shoulder, type thing, you know. And this is literally like do as thou wilt kind of doctrine. Because if you don't fear God, you're doing whatever you want, right? You're not loving your brother. You're doing whatever you want. So, and vice versa. It said here. It says there. Well, yeah, my screen came out. Can you give me 20? What
talk
was it?
about it.
21 real quick.
21 or what? What book, brother?
That last book we was on, First John.
Oh, okay. Okay. First John 21.
Yeah, give me that just so we can. That's a closing.
All right. The book of First John, chapter 4 and verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loved God love his brother also.
And vice versa. Let's do this. Let's get this precept right. And I'm already done. This was all like negative stuff. I was showing you about the haters, and I really don't like talking about these kind of people because it's already making me feel a certain way. To just think about there's people out there like that want strife. That they it's. Let's talk about some positive stuff, because let's go to First John 5:1.
This is the book of First John, chapter 5 and verse 1. Whosoever believeth that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and everyone that loveth him that begot love, Salaki. Whosoever believeth that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and everyone that loveth him that begot loveth him also that is begotten of him.
See that? So this is the type of brother that we need to get along with. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody you love God, and you see somebody that loves the Most High the same way you, and we know what we gotta do to show the Most High how we love him, right? Well, if you see the brothers doing the same, yo, love him too, right? He's just like you. There's nothing wrong with showing that brother love. We need more. We
For,
need more of those brothers.
for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
There you go. You see that? Right into that. Right into that. So if you believe in God and you have love for Him, you gotta love your brother, and it's not that hard. Go to Galatians 5:14. It's not that hard to love your brother. You heard that, right? It's not that grievous. That was a good precept.
What we looking at? Galatians?
Galatians 5:14. Watch this, brothers and sisters. The topic is love, and I'm not getting off the pedal to the
This,
metal.
this, this is the book of Galatians, chapter
Chapter. Yep.
5 and verse 14. Wherefore he saith, and wake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
Wait. Galatians 5:14. Galatians chapter 5, verse 14.
Yep. Wait, no, Slovakia. Slovakia. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, and at verse 14.
Slowly.
For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this:
Here it comes.
thou shalt love thy neighbor.
Nah. No. Thou shalt hate.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor.
Nah. I'ma like everyone but that dude right there.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor
Oh, love thy neighbor.
as thy love
Right?
thyself.
Right. So we gotta let go of all that cockiness. You see that? All this animosity, all this pride that we have, we gotta let that go. Let it go out the window. Because you're supposed to love that neighbor as you love thyself. If you can see, and you see,
Bring it
you
out.
gotta do for them like you would done for you. So for instance, my man, if I see that my brother Daryl, I'm walking around and I have like 5 peanuts, and brother Daryl ain't got no peanuts, I'm gonna give him 2 peanuts so we can all have peanuts, right? Because I love my brother. I know it sounds, it's just, I know it's just peanuts, but at least we have peanuts to share. So that's called if y'all don't know, I'm a funny guy. That's called brunity. No, brunity, no. But but that's it right there. So you could know, you could have the whole law down packed. Listen to me, guys. We could be doing all of this right.
Bring it
The
out.
diets, the fringes, all of this. We could do it all right. But if we don't
Yep,
love our brother, we doing it for nothing. We
talk
failed at
about it.
everything. It
Yep,
doesn't
bring it out.
matter. All of the 600 laws that you trying to follow, all of that means nothing if you're ill to your neighbor.
That's
Right?
right.
So you see how important love is? It's plain and simple. These are the instructions that the Most High left for us. So how do you know how we supposed to behave with no example, right? The Most High blessed us, the Israelites, with the example of how to live in this world, right? And I'm going a little off here, but right now it's lamb time. We're supposed to be out here looking for the lamb, because when Christ left, he left what he left the lamb, and he's coming back a lion, right? But right now it's not lion time. Right now it's lamb time. It's not wolf time. Wolf time is the haters. They out there collecting each other. Wolves get wolves. The Most High commanding us to love our brothers and find our lads. We're shepherds. It's time to gather our flock. You know,
God.
and right. So right now, don't I'm reading out here. So the works, if you do all these works and there's no love behind it, it's for nothing. And I think y'all got that part. Yeah, I think you understand that part. It's in our heart. In Yahweh Shai was put this in the same way in our hearts and his hearts. But besides that, I'm not that good. Let me let the precepts talk for me. First Peter 4, First Peter 4-8.
This is the book of First Peter, chapter 4, and verse 8.
Make it out.
And above all things, have fervent charities among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
You see that? So we got to be modest. We got to be humble. We got to be charity. Remember we read charity in the beginning of the class. You see why I brought that out? Here we go. Charity. If you want to go back and read it.
Let's break this one down right here.
Let's make this. hmm So
So
charity is important, because in the
it
beginning I
says,
told you charity and
yeah,
love. Charity and
yeah,
love is important.
but it says and above all things, have fervent charity among
Mm-hmm.
yourselves.
That's right.
Among who? Among yourselves.
Amongst yourselves. That's right. So that's gonna cover your sin. So we have to be meek, we have to be humble, because charity would how do you say make up for our shortcomings in this world, you know?
Right. And that goes on to tell you how, right, brother? In the next
Mm-hmm.
verse, it says,
Mm-hmm.
use
Mm-hmm.
hospitality one towards another without grudging, just like
Mm-hmm.
the
Don't
brother was just bringing out.
mm-hmm. Exactly. You gotta so it's basically it's that simple. When you give to charity, don't give expecting to receive. That's not charity. And the same thing with the laws. If you love God, you're doing all this with no expectation but love. Because that's what love is. You know what I
Con.
mean? Um so what we missed in life, this basically whatever we missed in life, the charity will help cover those things up. And pretty much that's I don't think I missed it, but that's pretty much my lesson. It's a short one.
Con.
I
Con.
pray that these seeds
Good
fall
class,
on
brother.
good. I pray that these seeds fall on good soil. This is Brother Asher. All praise in the Holy Spirit watch. Shalom.
Good
By the
class,
way,
brother. Good class.
remember this is why we're gonna love and give, fellas. You like that?
Yeah, good class.
Everybody
Con.
learn. You got it. That was a good class.
Good
Hopefully,
class.
Yes.
hopefully, it makes sense. You have you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
this. If you right now, this is a big opportunity to speak about any questions, and we can go from here. No questions. This was this.
Fan of love.
Ooh, yo, you just gave me chills, bro. You just gave me chills. And
My brothers, my brother, my brother. We gotta understand who we doing charity to, who's this charity for, because God says do not give to a sinner.
hmm
So we gotta be mindful that this is always talking about our people.
but you see, right? But you see,
Our
but
people need the charity and the
this is
love.
why I showed you. This is why I showed you the hater and the other brother. So the other
Yeah,
brother is the one following the Lord.
it's
I
not
made
talking
that
about it's not talking about
right,
your neighborhood friendly
right,
fucking man at the
right,
store.
right.
Yeah.
The other brother is
It's
the
talking
one
about
that's following.
just talking about the hard headed stiff necked people that
Our
are gonna
our
look at you
Israelite
some
brothers
kind
and
of way
sisters.
that you don't want to
Right.
help naturally.
hmm
That you naturally be like, I'm not helping him.
Right. That's the part. I love it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, yes, that is true, brother Isaac. But this is the thing: we can't, we have to bring them in so we can't just be like, you're a bum, you're a
It's
sinner.
lime time. It's
We
lamb
have to
time.
know you. We have
It's
to know
lamb
you to
time.
be a sinner. You know what I'm saying? We have to know you to be a sinner. That means you have to been with us, and we have to know that you broke the commandments. Be- I'm saying if you see your brothers and sisters of the 12 tribes of Israel down on their luck, help them out, give them the word, bless them. But as far as brothers that you build with and that are in the body with you, if they're known as a sinner, you cannot help those brothers till they repent. That's what I mean. But yes, yeah, yeah. You see a homeless, one of our
Remember,
people that's homeless, and they need some help. Help them out if you can, and give them the word. Always give them the word. That should be help enough. Yeah, yeah, that should be help enough. But if you happen to have extra and you want to give to them, that by all means. But what it's saying is those your people like that. Like you get them in when you, if like I said, if they're a known sinner, like they've done some sin in front of you, if they haven't repent, no, yeah, I can't give you nothing. I can't help you out. You know what I'm
Con.
saying? Or once you leave the truth, like no, that's what. It's talking about don't help a sinner.
Con.
But remember, when you give, it's not charity is not expecting to get something back.
Yeah,
Con.
that's yeah.
People do charity and then like for a lot of reasons they some for the glory for the fame. Let me do this TikTok and showing that I'm giving food. What's that? That's not charity.
And
As,
charity also, brothers, is going and cleaning up parks and cleaning up the community. That's charity too.
right, right. Con, con. But even the simplest form, believing in people, giving people
Yeah,
that people
give
giving
them that,
believing in
give
people is the smallest form of charity you can give.
give them that
That
good
is,
word.
yeah,
Because it says in one of the verses you said that you was reading, it said that let us not love in word, but in deed. So
indeed,
yeah,
exactly. The actions.
yeah.
Any other
So
questions?
I think I'm good.
What do you think you good? Charity, bro. Charity.
What do you mean? I know
So
I'm good.
remember,
What
so
do you want
so
me to show?
so remember
so
that, guys.
what's some other
Uh,
ways of charity? Let me ask you and the sister. What's some other ways of showing charity to your people?
We already covered some good ones. Let me think.
What do you mean, like just anything that has to do with like charity work or something like that?
well, with whatever you
Yeah,
felt with the
that
word, whatever the word
that
telling you.
that would charity that will show love to your community. What do you think are some kind of ways to do
Like a
that?
like a food bank? Is
I
that
mean, yeah, but
like
like
that
more,
type of
yeah,
charity?
you're right, but I'm speaking like what we could do, like
For our
as
people
as,
directly.
as no, as us right here, as what can we do to better our community? That's a good point. The sister brought out food banks is great, but I'm talking like on a personal level, like us. What can we do to bring forth charity?
We could learn the law all the way, like how it's 100%, and spread it. We could, how it's supposed to be taught.
God, yeah, yeah. Any other ways? I'm just thinking, general
Just
showing love
general.
to
Hmm.
the community. Yeah,
It's a big question. It's like, how could I personally change
yeah.
the fate of my
What
city?
kind of charity? You know what I'm saying? It's not like you gotta save the whole. Like I'm just saying, like small acts of charity. Like
Yeah. Okay.
what can we do? You know what I mean? Besides give them the word. You know what I mean? Like,
Love thy neighbor as I love thyself.
That one.
all right. So this is what I'm thinking. Like when we see an old person, we help them across the street. We help them with their groceries. This is the kind of level I'm speaking on. So if you guys get what
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
Just little things. Just okay. I
Yes, yeah,
understand.
in the community that will
Just the quick,
show.
simple things that you could change. Right.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful thing right there. So, and it's not. I'm not. And well, what if they're Asian little Asian lady? Let her get hit by that truck.
That's a good
nah,
question.
the scripture teaches us to get along with all men if possible. So if you're in a position to help, you just gotta help. Yes. Then that way your enemy. It says if your enemy is thirsty and you give them water, it's like dropping hot coals on the head because they can't figure out why is this. I hate this person. Why is they helping me? So that's our duty is to manifest the. We have to manifest God on them. Like we have to let them see our light shine, and we
Con.
definitely any chance we get drop hot coals on the head.
Con.
So I would say if you're in a position, help all men. We have to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, according to the Book of Romans. So it's not about just it's all about lifting up our community and our nation of people. but we're not on no hate. This ain't no hate campaign. So, like I said,
So we would
Con.
say
I
we
wouldn't
would
say
help.
go out of my way. I say I wouldn't go out of my way, but if it presented itself and they're in a position, yes, help. But don't be like Captain Saberhole because they ain't gonna do it for you. That's just the truth.
Con.
You would know the situation.
Yeah. So,
You got to remember because it could
said,
be.
like I
You could
said, you
see
got to think
two.
about us first.
Don't go
It's
all the
all
way
You
to
about
could.
the ninth inning for someone who's not gonna go all the way to the ninth inning for you.
right. And that, but that don't apply to your people though, and that's the tricky part because you gotta be willing to go the ninth even if they won't even go the first with
Mm.
Uh,
you until they wrong you, or like I said, they sin and they don't repent. Then you just count that man as a wicked man.
I think I understand. Con.
That's part of long suffering. It's part of the long suffering, brother. Because there's some brothers that you're gonna come across that you just, on a regular day you wouldn't even be messing with them like that. But
right.
your brother rubbed you the wrong way or something. You have to push through that. That's the long suffering.
Well, I'm gonna leave it on that. I want to tell. I want them to. I'm gonna leave y'all a little homework for the weekend reading. Um, it's the Book of
Oh,
Ecclesiastes.
brother,
Oh,
brother, wait.
unless you have something else.
Hold on. Yo, yeah, you gotta bring out the law. Remember, we're going over a law at the end of every class. So next week we getting into the pork deception. So you're supposed to bring out a law
Mhm. That's
to
right. That's
segue.
right. Well,
Yeah.
the when I right, my segue was, you know, yeah, what's my it was, you can do the diet and the Sabbath, but all that doesn't matter if you don't follow the commandment of love. And but I didn't have a precept for that to be honest. I'm sorry, Shalakia. So let's go straight to that, brother. Daryl, the next course he's going to speak on is the pork deception. That speaks on like why Christianity and a lot of
So
religions say that you can eat the law is done away with pretty much.
so
I'm
I'm
gonna let brother
basically
Daryl. Yeah, yeah.
I'm basically gonna be touching on the fact of why more of why we shouldn't eat the pork. Where it was already commanded, I'm gonna show you guys the commandments, and I'm gonna show you that God never changed, and then I'll ask you a question at the end of the class. So
So let's get into that
you're
script
gonna
real quick. That law.
yeah. So Leviticus, what's the law, brother? Leviticus what?
Oh, the pork law. Sheesh. Tell you right now. It's Leviticus 11. Leviticus 11. Or Deuteronomy 14 and 8. Go to go to Deuteronomy 14 and 8.
Uh,
There it is.
Because it divided the hoof.
yeah, read
Read
that,
the
brother
from
Isaac.
7.
Read
Start
that,
from
brother.
7
I
and
could. I
start at
could.
7.
All
Start at
right.
7, yeah.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verses 7 through 8.
To bring it out.
Nevertheless, these shall eat, not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof. As the
Read it
camel.
again.
Oh,
Read it again. Lift up,
nevertheless,
lift up the voice like a trumpet.
nevertheless, these thou shall eat, not eat of that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof. As
Bring
the
it out.
camel and the hare and the coney, for they chew the cud, but divide the not the hoof. Therefore, they are unclean unto you.
God.
And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass.
Yeah, brother Asher.
You can't eat
Or
pork. Not can't
touch.
even touch bacon. Don't is unclean. You know, back in that time, if you was unclean, you couldn't even go into the tabernacle. You had to get unclean. You had to like certain time and then get blessed by the. But these right here is a
They
very
put
important. This is the diet.
they put you out of the congregation for defiling eating defiled foods. So you would be kicked out from amongst your people for eating pork.
Well,
And it's considered abominable.
it says it all
You know
right
what else?
here.
You know what else is considered abominable? Abominable gay acts. But that's here no here and there. But that's how he sees it as is the same thing.
Yeah, can I read something for you guys real quick? Right.
Last thing
So
before we bounce. All right.
uh oh hold on, let me grab that. All right, check this out. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 42.
That's gonna be the
Everyone
apocrypha, Jay.
and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandments of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messenger unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings
Pass, Jay. Pass
and sacrifice and drink offerings
right there. 16.
and in temples that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandments of the king, he said he should die. So we see here that this was forced upon our people by a king, King Alexander, right? So he sent out a decree that every man should leave his law, and every man should defile the Sabbath or profane the Sabbath and feast days and pollute the sanctuary of the holy people. So they would sacrifice the swine flesh and all kind of unclean beasts. So we see that this law has been in effect. There's actually been a couple of our elders, our forefathers, that took death over eating pork. They'd rather die. So that goes to show you the seriousness. And I'll get into, what good is the pork doing for us. I'll get into all that on Monday.
Nothing is new under the sun. Remember that, guys. So we'll get into that
Huh?
some other time too. Nothing
What?
is new under the sun.
Yeah, Con.
So we'll get into that another day. That's why I wanted to. They don't like the homework now that